I picked up a Weber Smoky Mountain 14-inch a few weeks ago, so today I'm gonna fire up this little guy to see what he can do. And to test it out, I will be smoking a rack of St. Louis cut spare ribs. So this rack has been sitting in my freezer for I have no idea how long, so I think it's the perfect test dummy to try out my new smoker. And these are from Walmart, so they're already butchered and trimmed and ready to go straight out of the pack. So all I have to do is score the membrane. Now you can remove the membrane if you have the talent to do it, unlike me. And since we are cooking on the Weber Smoky Mountain 14-inch, I am going to have to modify the rack because it's not gonna fit on the grate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this right in half. Now for seasoning, I'm gonna be doing this Jirby BBQ style, so that means pepper and Lawry's. I tried Jirby seasoning on my last brisket and I thought it was absolutely fantastic, so I'm gonna give it another try on these spares. So Jirby is very clear on the order of the spices. So first you put pepper, and then salt, and then Lawry's. However, because I'm doing this on ribs, and ribs is mostly bone, I don't wanna oversalt the meat. So I'm just gonna do pepper first, and then Lawry's, and skip the salt altogether. Okay, and the ribs are ready. So before I get started on setting up the Weber Smoky Mountain, I need to say that if you're enjoying the content so far, make sure to give this video a like. Now, I'm basically setting up this smoker solely based on my knowledge of extensively using my Weber Smoky Mountain 22-inch. So with that said, I put a chunk of cherry and hickory at the bottom of the charcoal grate, and then put as much charcoal as it can hold. Then I lit a lighter cube right on top of the center of the charcoal pile. Then I filled the water pan with hot water, then put the smoker back together until it reaches about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. If you don't know, the Weber Smoky Mountain temperature gauge is notoriously inaccurate, so I'll be using a probe thermometer to monitor the temperatures. So I am cooking these loosely based on a video I watched from Mad Scientist Barbecue a while back. So the plan is to cook these for about 3 hours at 200 degrees Fahrenheit, and then hike up the temperature to 275 to finish off the cook. This is perfect to help me learn this smoker because I have to adjust the temperatures throughout the whole process.
Bye.
Man, I missed cooking on the Weber Smoky Mountain so much. This was so much fun, just messing around with the vents. I love the Traeger, but there's nothing like being outside, managing a fire, and just making barbecue. So some things that I noticed with the mini Weber Smoky Mountain compared to the 22-inch is that the temperature gauge is kind of the same in the lower ranges of temperature. So like between 200 to 225, it was off about 30 degrees. But as it started to climb up, once it got up to about 275, it was pretty much spot on. So my probe thermometer was reading 275 and the lid was reading 275. So that was really interesting. On the 22-inch, it's just completely off no matter what range you're working on. In terms of fuel consumption, I filled up the charcoal all the way to the top to the point where the water pan was actually touching the charcoal. And I still have a ton left, and I was cooking for about 4 to 5 hours. So that's a really good sign for when I want to do longer cooks in the future, like when I do pork butt. So the main question I wanted to answer in this video is the Weber Smoky Mountain 14-inch too small? So the short answer is yes. So my main argument is that the Weber Smoky Mountain 14-inch is $230, and you can pay a little bit more than $100 and get the 18-inch, which is a whole lot more cooking space that you'll get. But if you live in an apartment or you don't have a lot of space to hold a smoker, then this thing can really come in clutch. I mean, you can pretty much cook anything on here. In fact, I'm planning to cook a whole packer brisket on this thing in the very near future, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. But anyways, let me go ahead and cut this open and give it a try. There you go, nice and juicy. Okay, cheers. Nice porky ribs, can't complain. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure to check the next video on your screen. I will see you guys on the next one. Later.